What's up, everybody? And today we're going to be talking about Gotham, the first 3 episodes, because you just can't do it with one. You got to give it some time to percolate a little bit. So we're going to actually do our first Gotham review on the first 3 episodes. And so yeah, here we go.
Fucking incredible.
What's up, everybody? And this is Retro Rogue.
This is Luke the Duke coming at you guys.
And this is Retro, Outside the Box. So today we're going to be talking about Gotham, episodes 1, 2, and 3. That's right, not just 1, not just 2, not just 3, but the first 3 episodes, because we feel here at Retro Outside the Box that you just really can't judge a show by the pilot alone. You gotta get a little bit more meat in there. You gotta chew on it a little bit. Take a few bites. Watch a few episodes. That percolate and swim around that brain a little bit. So let's just jump right into it, man. I'm loving this show.
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely taken off way more than I ever thought it would.
I mean, Ben McKenzie, the OC guy. Wow. Jim Gordon doing a good job. I do feel at times it's a little serious for a show like this, but at the same time, the show has this serious kind of gritty overtones of just, I don't know how to describe it, man. It's like I'm watching a fantasy version of Law and Order or something.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it's that seriousness that keeps you hooked to it. You know, it's not just this could never happen, that would never happen.
Right. It's not campy.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, this is obviously a show based on a comic book. And I like that. Like, I feel like if someone had never heard of Gotham, had never heard of Batman, and they just watched this show, wouldn't necessarily say, well, this is obviously based on a comic book. I don't think you get that at all. The characters are just well written. The cast was well cast. I mean, the actors that they got for these roles in this show is phenomenal to me. I am so happy, especially considering I am a huge Penguin fan. I'm probably one of the biggest Oswald Cobblepot fans, or Kahoot fans that you'll ever fucking meet, man. I love the character, I always have. I always liked him in the comic books because I always said if the Joker is anti-Batman, Penguin is like anti-Bruce Wayne. He's like the opposite, the evil doppelganger of Bruce Wayne. I mean, he's intelligent. He's fucking ruthless. He does whatever it takes to get ahead. And this is the Oswald Cobblepot that you get in Gotham. He is lethal and he is articulate and he comes off weak and insignificant, and he's far from either.
Oh yeah, I mean, for those who haven't seen like the 3rd episode yet,
Spoilers!
Like, yeah, not too big of a spoiler, but he kills a man over a pair of shoes.
Yes!
To get a job busting tables.
Yes!
He kills a man over a pair of shoes. I mean, it just shows the dedication this man has.
Like, he's gonna get ahead. He's gonna do what he has to do to get ahead, regardless of what that is. Like, he has no moral compass. And he has no ills when it comes to killing. He does not care. He will take you out. He will do whatever it takes. And I'm just really enjoying his character. I'm loving the development of his character and his character's relationship with Jim Gordon. Another character I'm really enjoying is Selena Kyle, aka Cat, little kitty cat Selena Kyle. She is the most adorable kid in the worst way possible. Like, you just, oh Lord, I can see why they want to send her upstate. She's a terror, but she is so intelligent. Like, she's such a smart kid that you almost forget she's 13 years old. You know, it was really easy to forget that she is only 13. I said it once, I said it 100 times. She looks like Michelle Pfeiffer. Anyone that says she doesn't, she does. She looks like Michelle Pfeiffer. It's weird. When I look at her, I'm like, so is this wife his daughter? Like, what's going on? But no, I'm really enjoying her Selena Kyle. I'm glad that she's actually talking more because the first episode she ain't saying nothing.
Oh yeah, and even the second, it was just kind of more for doing her thing than even having a lot of script.
But this episode, she really kind of gets to come into her own a little bit. I like how they do her character. Like, she's always skulking and crawling about and sneaking about like a cat. And remember in the second episode, man, she's sitting there playing with her locket like a cat would play with the string. She's sitting there like batting at it and stuff. And I was like, that's cool. You know, like you can see that she is very cat-like.
Oh yeah, even when she mentions in that third episode too, she can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Much like a cat, you know. And she even questions him about it. He says, he just kind of looks at her and he goes, "What? You don't believe me?"
So I mean, yeah, you know, she is grown. She is really growing on me. Really interested to see where they take her character. I wasn't gonna talk about her, but damn, dude, I gotta talk about, man, Barbara King. I could watch the show for her.
Just a suggestion,
Oh Lord.
if you're out there, Fox, just make a spin-off episode of her
Just Barbara King. We can call it King.
She doesn't have to do anything. Just kind of sit around all day. Just I'd watch it. It's okay.
And it's not just that she's beautiful too, man. She is like this character that is just, I want to say just, she's so good. Like she, you know, she's born into this aristocratic world. She's, you know, apparently the Kings is another very powerful family in Gotham. And she, you know, so she comes from means she's never really wanted for anything, but she sees that there is corruption and that there is things that need to be changed. I like that rock for Gordon right now too, just that moral rock. You know what I'm saying? That ethical rock. She kind of helps keep him straight, you know. But moving on, let's talk about old Bullet, Harvey Bullet, man. Who I will admit was not my favorite character in the comic books. He annoyed me in the cartoon. I always felt like he was always in Batman's way. I was like, you should just shut up and move and let Batman do your job, because obviously you're not good at it. But in this show, man,
He's one of my favorites.
I'm telling you, he's doing it for me, man. I like the way he's written. I'm a fan of the actor playing him anyway. What's his name? Donald.
I had it written down.
No, it's Donald something. Anyway. But no, I enjoyed this episode particularly with him. I feel like the last two episodes, he was just annoying me. Like the first two episodes, I don't mean like annoying me in a bad way, but it was just kind of like, come on, dude. Like, you know, it's like, are you Gordon's friend or are you not?
Yeah, it was really hard to even distinguish after that first episode.
Yeah, it really was. And I'm really enjoying this character. I think that they've got a lot to work with him. I just don't want him to become that dude-ass comic book character or the douchey little cartoon character that he was in the Batman animated series. But outside of that, yeah, I like him. I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes, where they take his character. But yeah, and all in all, like I said, I think I'm gonna have to give this a strong 5, and I give it a strong 5 because I feel like that we are seeing the best that the show has to offer. I don't really think it's gonna become so awesome that it'll be worthy of anything higher than 5. I know this kind of being for some viewers, considering how early on we are in the series, is it gonna get better or good?
Yeah. I think for me personally, it's stick with the 4.5. I mean, it's such a good show to where every episode, it just gets better and gets better. There's something new, there's something else. And I think, like we mentioned earlier, it's one of those shows where you don't have to be a comic fan. You don't have to know everything about Batman to get into the show, you know? If you just like detective shows, it's a great show to watch.
It is. It's a great detective show. It's a great buddy cop show.
Yeah, if you love Law and Order, you love any kind of shows like that, it's a great show to just sit down and watch. It's really great.
So yeah, I get where you're coming from, man. And plus, you know, giving it a 4.5 gives it a little area to grow and stuff. But I'ma stick to my 5, by God. And I feel like if you're not watching this show, you're stupid. That's what I feel about it. I do. I'm really loving this show, and I'm loving listening to all the reviews of people who had damned this show before it even come out, and they're all biting their tongues and eating their words. Just taking big chunks of humble pie and shoving it down their guts. So now we're not. So this is Retro Road.
This is Luke the Duke signing out.
And this is Retro Outside the Box. Remember, the age of the geek.
We're gonna rule the world.
Thanks. Retro Rogue Outside the Box. I am Retro Rogue.
This is Luke the Duke signing out.
And remember, it's the age of the geek.
We rule the world.
Retro Rogue.
This is Luke the Duke signing out.
And it's so funny though. The age of the geek.
We're gonna rule the world.
Thanks. That was so funny. He said, "Rrrr." That's wrong. But I like how you just went with it though. You could have went, "Rrrr." I fucked up. That's all. But no, sir, you went, "Rrrr."